So you want to learn the SEO basics, right? If you have a business, right? This video will teach you just, the very, very basics of how to get started with SEO. So SEO is, of course, the search engine optimization, right? Where you try to optimize your website to get to the top of a search engine like Google. So there are more than 200, probably more than 300 factors and variables in Google's algorithm. But for this video, we're just going to talk about the basics. What's the most important things that you should think about for your website? So there are three main categories of SEO, right? There's the on-page factors. That's everything that's on your website, all the writing, the images, all of that. The second factor are the links that go to your website, right? These are links that come from any other website that's linking to your website. Google has always used that as a way to show that your website is more authoritative. And the third aspect is the more technical aspect, right? Where you have to think about all the different schema markup and all things related to that, like at the back of the website. But I don't tend to focus that much about that. I start off by thinking more about the content on the website. So let's look at a business idea. Maybe you're in the adventure travel business, right? So if you look at the top of Google here, what we see here, this is honestly the best way to do SEO is to look what is at the top of Google, right? Because when you see what's on the top of Google, you know that these people are doing a good job. One thing here that's quite interesting is this is the exact match, right? So it's adventure travel. That's exactly what I typed into Google, and they're the ones that are coming up number one. So some people say that doesn't work. I've also seen that working a lot of times. So something to think about if it is available for your keywords, right? If you're thinking about what people are actually going to Google, in this case, that's a category, right? Adventure travel. And if you have adventuretravel.com, you're going to have a good chance of coming up number one, right? But we also have number two has adventure travel, right? So I believe strongly if you think at number three as well, if they actually do the exact keywords right in your title, your H1s they're called, your headings on your page, right? It's very important to me. I think it actually works if you just put them first, exactly what people are searching. A lot of people don't believe that, but for me it works, okay? Let's look at this second website here. So they're going to obviously try to compete with this first one. So what can they do? What are they doing? One thing you'll notice, they do have overseas adventure travel. So they don't have the exact words, on this top of the page. If I was doing this, I would definitely put adventure travel here because as we saw before, there's lots of people searching for that term. So they do have lots of categories here, so that's good to see. So that's something that you want to think about, right? I like the way things are, in different countries, so think about it from the perspective of the user, right? They want to know, there's different countries. So there's different places in Australia, England, right? So they know exactly how to navigate the website, right? It's really important for Google. That's kind of the technical stuff, right? But if you want to keep it simple, you just have to think about how people are navigating your website, right? It's very important that people can click through to every single page on your website with a few clicks, okay? You can't have stuff hidden, way the back of the website where nobody can see. Google doesn't really like that, right? So it's also important to think about your categories, all right? So in this case, we're talking about travel adventure. So there's obviously different types of travel adventure, right? So I think that would be good, to have a drop-down menu with all the different categories there. And yeah, that would be super important. So first of all, I make a plan for my website. It's not too late to do this if you have a website already, right? But you need a plan and say, okay, this is this category, this is this type of travel adventure. This is another one in the sea, in the water, and one in the mountains, whatever the case may be for your niche, okay? But that's a very important thing. Just get out. I use Google Docs for this and just, you can just ask ChatGPT as well if you want. Really good at organizing information like that. That's one of the tools I'm using, and Claude AI as well to do this. So like I said, I'll actually use Claude AI. So I'll just say, give me 50 article titles about adventure travel. Okay, so what I would actually be doing here, if I had my own website, right, I wouldn't do it so general like this because I would be getting them into different categories. So that's very important, to get them into different categories. But as you can see here, you can get loads and loads of article ideas about, your business here. And Next thing we need to do is actually to create the content, right? So what I'd use for this is an AI SEO writer that auto publishes to your blog, right? So you can get 3 free articles for this tool. It's called Journalist AI, and use the code Connor10, CONOR 10, and you get 10% discount as well. So that's really cool. So all you need to do then is put this list of articles that we saw from Claude there, and we've just put them in here to the SEO article list, right? So this generated the articles optimized for SEO, and yeah, that's all you need to do. You can put them each on each list, like so. You just do this, add article, so it can be a focus keyword and then your title here. So that's all you need to do, and then click generate articles. So it's super simple to do. I'll just show you what the articles look like now so you get a good idea. So this is what the articles look like. If you want to edit them with the AI as well, you can also go in here to edit the AI. But as you can see, there's a table of contents, right? So it's really long article, really thorough article, and there's images, everything like that. There's videos, it's bolded, right? It's kind of amazing what AI can do nowadays, right? Is like just adds links. This tool is doing nearly everything for you. You always should check, obviously, that everything is correct, right? And that it's what you like. You know, you can even put it, in this case, I actually put it so that it would speak in my voice. I did this, I did that. Okay, so you know, I don't have to, you know, change that when I'm writing stories or something like that. So it's really well done, as you can see here. And a cool thing that I really like to do in this case is to send it to my integration, right? So it'll auto-publish to my website, right? So the idea with SEO for me is just move fast, right? We need to just be publishing quite a bit of blog posts. You know, don't be scared, 2, 3, 4 blog posts per day. That's what I do. And, you know, it just keeps, my traffic keeps growing all the time as I get more keywords and more topics. So once you publish, you know, 30, 50, 100 articles on your blog, you might not start thinking about backlinks. So you will automatically get backlinks if your content is really good. People just say, oh, that's a great website, I'll link to that if it's solving a problem and they really like it. Another thing you can do is create tools. I won't go into that in this video, but it's a great way to get backlinks. Anything that solves what your user needs, right? So you really have to think about your customer and the user. Searching is like, oh, I need a tool to do this or whatever. Okay, then you need a tool, obviously. Okay, if you need a checker, something like that, a calculator, then you could do tools, right? But you also need links, right? So Google likes these links, right? So fastest way to get links, just start, you know, setting up lots of social media profiles. You should be doing this anyway, but just set them up and put a link to your website and your product. Okay, Google will love that. So you just have to go out there and, you know, post on LinkedIn a little bit, or go to different websites and try to post. Also ask people in your niche, right? So go to those networking events and, you know, build those relationships, which is obviously great for business anyway. You have your suppliers, maybe any sort of relationships you have, people who own businesses, right? And then you just ask them, you know, could you link to my website? You know, maybe they have like best suppliers of ink in Chicago or whatever, and you sell ink, and then you say, okay, well, can you put me there? Some people charge for this. Okay, they actually charge a lot of money now. It's like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars if people have a really powerful website. So that's kind of something that you need to think about, right? Google doesn't necessarily like the idea of people buying and selling links, but unfortunately that's what people are doing, right? So you can also actually build some links here in this tool here. You can buy some links here. So this is the price of the links. You can see there is Vasco explaining what it's all about there. If you do want to buy some links, right? Because don't go buying them on like places like Fiverr or something like that. It might be like $5 for a link, but it is not a good link. And, you know, it's very important, the types of links that you get, right? These two things are the most important, right? That it's a high quality link. This is just a tool that people use, Ahrefs, and it shows that this is an authoritative website, right? And that it also gets traffic. Okay, it's very important that the website also already gets traffic. So those are the things to focus on. First, focus on the content, that it serves the intent of the user, right? What they want to find at the end of the day and get their answer. That's what Google is looking for. And the backlinks, right? So try to get as many backlinks as you can to your website, and you will get closer and closer, more and more visits to your website, and you will be super happy, right? That's all we need to know. That's basically it, right? Technical SEO is more if you have, technical problems with the website. Hopefully that shouldn't happen to you, but as websites grow bigger and bigger, they tend to get more and more technical problems, okay, if you don't know what you're doing, and that happens to certain people. Okay, that's it for this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to use the code Connor10 if you want to get a 10% discount for this tool. Thanks for watching.